Hey, Tony Gasson here, popping in for another episode of Talks with Tony. Now, got a letter here. Had a couple that I had to skip over because they were just kind of not really for Talks with Tony. Any business questions or whatever y'all have, just email support at tonygaskins.com. Now, this one looks pretty long. I haven't dove into it yet, but we're going to jump on in. Hello, Tony. I've been a strong fan of yours for about 6 months now. I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 soon, and I recently broke up with my kid's father. He's 27. I got pregnant when I was 16, and he was 20, and I left him alone. Wow, that's just like my sister's story. And I left him alone when I noticed signs that he was a liar. Then I dated someone else and got pregnant again at 18. Then left this man, and it hurt me pretty bad. So as time went on, my first son's dad kept coming around and taking me on dates, showing an interest in me again and trying his best, but I never felt like it was right. But I let my family convince me he could be the one for me, and it was a mistake. And it was a mistake the first time. By this time, I was already damaged from my last relationship and was very vulnerable, and I allowed him around me, but I just wouldn't date him. Okay, y'all forgive me, there ain't no spaces in here, my computer going this way, that way. But I just wouldn't date him around the time I hit 20 is when I actually gave him a chance and let him move in with me. It was good for about 11 months. We moved to a bigger place and he went back to work. He worked in the oil field at the time and was only home a week out of the month. And when he was home and any spare time he had away, he spent playing video games and hanging with friends. He only ever paid attention to me when he wanted nude photos or sex, and I had to complain about spent time. Just when I thought things were good, he cheated on me with my teenage sister's friend, and the girl has actually spent the night at my home and dated my younger brother. All right, the Hood Chronicle. He felt like because it didn't get physical, it wasn't bad. But he makes pictures and offered her money. After that, I started cheating on him and then slowly started moving out and got my own place and left him. Lord, keep me near the fence, near the cross. So after that, I got another boyfriend. Bad. I know I didn't take any time. I got pregnant again with my daughter, and me and that guy broke up because he cheated on me and got someone else pregnant. So I went back to my ex, and I didn't need him. I waited till I was 7 months pregnant and went back and allowed him to move in with me again. During this time, December 24th, 2019, my daughter passed away. She was 3 weeks old, and it was 4 days before my birthday, and I was so heartbroken, and I had my family and him, but it was more like I was alone, and I turned to God. I started paying attention to my behaviors and noticing my patterns with men and bad relationships and the part I played in them. I had a severe attitude problem, extremely depressed and desperate, and I finally accepted and knew I wanted better for my 2 boys I have here with me. So I started withdrawing from him, and one day I went through his phone during this vulnerable moment, and he was texting his exes and sending photos of his member to other females, inviting them into once again my apartment while I was out working when he got laid off. Then I'm like, this is a Sister Soldier book or something? Because this thing here is, my goodness. Sister, you really gonna have to write you a book. Then when I confronted him, he apologized. And now see another thing right here, y'all. This why I don't do video coaching. I do phone coaching. Cause when y'all stories get like this right here, I be on the other side of the phone. And so if we on Zoom or WhatsApp video or FaceTime, I'll be about to pass out. Cause some stuff that y'all live through, even though I done heard a lot and seen a lot, it still, gathers me, and I be taken aback. And so, it be some real stuff now. And that's why I told y'all too that I have to take time away from one-on-one coaching, just because imagine dealing every day with people's life. That get heavy. It get heavy. So he was inviting women to your apartment while you was out working. When he got laid off, he didn't get laid off, he quit. Then when I confronted him, he apologized and I let it go. I was too calm, so I turned around and actually cheated on him again with an ex of mine, and he got so livid, and I realized it was the wrong way to handle it, so I apologized to him and stated I would never do it again. I would leave him if I wasn't happy. Then I found out I was pregnant again, this time with another boy, and I'm due in 4 weeks. Okay, so you done had the baby by now. Cause this was this email last year. The baby is his, and he knew that, so we stayed together, and then I started noticing he would watch nasty movie, all the time and tried to sleep with me, and I had days I would tell him I'm sick and I'm depressed and didn't feel good. I'm still mourning my daughter. I thought about and I knew I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with myself after it. So I'm keeping my baby. Fast forward, as long as I've known this guy, he's had a marijuana and video game obsession, and I never thought anything of it because my dad does it as well. I started to notice if he wasn't smoking it, he would get very irritated with my kids, and my oldest son is his. We got the DNA test. He was only nice to me when he wanted. I noticed he would play the game all night if he didn't get it, or if I told him no. He would just go downstairs and play it, and sometimes sleep downstairs. I even started finding in his phone all the time. I started feeling even more insecure about myself, and that didn't want to be involved in any other relationships with me that hurt me physically, mentally, or emotionally. Now y'all forgive me, I'm trying, as I'm reading it, because it looked like she was typing on her phone, so, or doing talk to text, and so, I'm putting it together. So I told him, maybe you should stop smoking if you can't deal with my kids. And when you're sober, and if you can't deal with my kids and I, when you're sober, and he just looked at me upside my head, I didn't say another word. I just started noticing all the patterns of our relationship timeline and said, I've done bad, and so has he, but he doesn't want to fix it. So one day I told him, it's time for you to go back to work. You're not getting any more unemployment, and I'm not taking care of a grown man. And he got mad and threw a fit with me. He had just gotten his last unemployment payment, and I had been telling him for months to go back to work. I went right back to work after my daughter passed away. So I politely told him, well, maybe you should just go back to your parents' house until you figure this stuff out. And I started to pack him clothes. He pushed me and knocked me down, fell on top of me, and got up, threw a basket across the room and broke my window, plus, not to mention, threatened to have my other 2 kids taken from me because I didn't want him there anymore. So he said he would call the cops, threatened to knock me out, and called me all kinds of names. So I left the house and called the cops and waited until they got to my home, and they got him out. He left all his clothes as I was gonna let him come back. I packed it all and told him to come get it, and I decided I was done with men until I've healed completely, and it wasn't toxic struggle love. And since then, he's tried to come back. Anytime I've used your instructions in your videos to construct boundaries, he neglects the kids in the process and says it's my fault because I won't allow him to sit in my home. He hovered around my parents' house because they allowed him to. That's another can of worms and part of my trauma and childhood healing. I did wrong and told him one day that we'll never be back together. But he's more than welcome to see the children, but on my terms. And I did state he could not have my newborn child, but I've noticed that if I want nothing to do with him, he wants nothing to do with my kids, even the one we have together. I know I'm done with it for sure, but I would love your insight on what I've been through. Thank you. Sister, God bless you. God bless you, sister. Okay, sent from my iPhone. Well, at least you got an iPhone, sister. You deserve an iPhone. With everything you done been through, you deserve that iPhone. Let me look at you with my good eye. Okay. All right. All right. I can see the pain in your eyes. And just one little turn, things could have been different. Sister, that's a serious one now. Now you went back to work, and I'm really, sorry about your loss. Sorry about your loss, and this a painful story. Oh my goodness, this right here, you definitely have been through it, but to go through this and to still be, here and able to write this email and got your iPhone, things could be worse. Because with all you went through, I'd imagine you will be living, in a shelter. And that your kids will be wards of the state. So with all that you've been through, stories that I hear that's like this, typically the kid's not with the mom, and the mom not emotionally stable to be on YouTube watching videos and sending in emails. So it speaks to the level of strength that you have. So as bad as it sounds, you are extremely strong, and you have been conditioned to pain. So much so that if it doesn't hurt, you can't feel it. If it felt good, you wouldn't recognize it or know what it was or even want it, because you have been so conditioned to pain and trauma. And so that's what you have to heal from. And so you in the right place getting these here videos. You in the right place. I got a free course on Tony Gasson's Academy called 10 Steps to Self-Love. Make sure you take that course 3 times because it's free. And then the Soul Ties course is free. Make sure you take that course 3 times. What you're going to have to go through is you're going to have to go through a season of renewing your mind. No relationships whatsoever. No dating. No men whatsoever. All you're doing is consuming good content in whatever medium that you like to consume it. If you like videos from YouTube, then do that. If you like audiobooks, if you like online courses, whatever it is, if you can afford $25 a month, then hire a coach on mymentor.life. Just go to click on browse coaches, and then click on browse coaches, and then click on I'm gonna show y'all how to do this here. So if you see on mymentor.life and you click on here, find a coach right there, you click right there, and when you click that, then come here. Even if you're on your phone, you could come here to click to filter coaches. Right there where it say click to filter coaches. And when you click that right here on the service, when you click that, this all the services right here. So look, breakup, character, all these here different services. So on them services, look, confidence. Let me go to the H's. So you see right there on the H's, you know, you see healing. So you go right there to healing. Let's say you click healing. When you click healing, at the bottom right here, I know y'all can't see it clear because of the thing, but at the bottom right here, you're going to click apply filter. When you apply that filter, now you see our healing coaches. The coaches that they specialize in healing. So you go through here, all these coaches. Strong women. We got 10 pages. 10 pages of those coaches. So you go through, you know, the eyes is the window to the soul. So you could look somebody in their eyes and kind of see their spirit. And then from there, you go ahead and you could click through all 10 pages. See who speak to you. And then the ones who speak to you, click on their page, read the bio. And you also on that filter page, you could select price. So if I select healing, and then I select, no, I don't see price on here. We used to have price on there. But you can select the gender. So if you want to work with a woman, I recommend working with a woman since you're a woman. And then if you want to do audio or video, you can select that. And then if you got a certain date that you're available, you can actually select the date. And the coaches who are available on that date, woman, coaching, healing, and do audio or do video, whichever you select. Language, you could do that, select. And then find you a coach. This for everybody watching this, not just the young lady who wrote in. But go on there and find you a coach. You know, you got to invest in yourself, because when you do that, it's not just about you saying, oh, I got a YouTube video, what I need a coach for. The act of investing in yourself, you unlock potential in your life. You unlock the next season of your life, because just the act of sowing in you, when you sow, you reap. See, a lot of people stay stuck because you don't want to sacrifice. You cannot grow unless you sacrifice. So even when it's expensive, if $25 is expensive, when you sacrifice, you reap a harvest from that sacrifice, from sowing that seed. Because what you're telling yourself is, I'm forcing the healing. I'm bringing about the healing. I'm working towards the healing. But if everything you do is free, then you don't really process it and fully appreciate it. You might appreciate some of these free videos, but it's not the same as investing in yourself. And that's what changed my life. People, a lot of times they ask me, yeah, I serve God and I live for the Lord, but I went broke on me. I went broke on me, investing in me. And by going broke on investing in me, the harvest I reaped, it was more than I knew what to do with. And so I say that to say, you have to go through a season of healing. And what you have to do is you create a growth plan. You create a growth plan. If I was a little bit better with routine, then I would have a growth plan, a growth group. I have it on my Tony Gassman Academy. It's just unpublished, the Growth Club. I already have it on there where I was going to do this to where we do sessions, by phone, and I answer questions and stuff like that. But my schedule be so all over the place, and if I got to charge for it, so I got the serious people on there. But my sons always have games, and then I already know I have 3-4 mean-spirited people. I'm so tired of having to cancel and reschedule because you got a life. If you got kids, then you shouldn't be doing this. So that's what kept me from doing it, because my schedule literally it's no consistency to our schedule raising these boys, and both of them playing 3 sports at a time typically. And me and my wife got to have our time too. So But what I recommend is you have to create a growth plan. So let me ask you, do you have, I don't even know what mine at in here. Do you have you a planner? Oh, you know what? My wife, you know, I didn't actually use this one like I should have, but I had my wife make this for me. See this? My daily schedule. And in here, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on this Monday, I still can use this now. See, mine blank. But see, my head so big is that I keep so much data in my head. I really have to write stuff. So when you going through the process that you going through though, you need to be writing. So I'm not where you at. I ain't where you at. So I really see this here. But see, on these different days. And so what this is writing out, okay, on Mondays, on your Monday, you from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. So you'll put right here, 6 a.m. Right there, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And every 6 a.m., prayer and meditation. 7 a.m., breakfast. 8 a.m., work. Noon, lunch and read, or lunch and listen. Lunch and learn. Put a video on at lunch. Then 4 p.m., off work, drive and listen. Drive and learn. You know, you're going to get your kids. All right. Then you got dinner time, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. with your kids. Kids down. Bedtime kids, 8 p.m. All right. 8:30, me time. Learn, read, journal. So you plan out your whole day. And you do that for every day of the week. And so Monday's going to look a certain way. Tuesday will look a certain way. Now, if all your days the same, like for me on Saturday, it's games. Sunday is games. Tuesday and Thursday right now will be my workout days where I go to the gym. So that will have an extra thing in there that Monday and Wednesday and Friday don't have. Now see, again, my head big, so I keep all this data in my head. I don't have to write it down. Write it down, even if you could remember it, write it down just to go through that motion, just to etch it in your mind. Because when you writing it, your mind is following your hand as you writing. And while your mind following your hand, you are rewiring your brain. And your brain is saying, we are healing, we are growing, we are learning, we are stretching, and you writing the code for your destiny. You writing the code for your destiny. The Bible say, write the vision and make it plain. And so you writing the vision, and you making it plain. So you live, and I have mine not written, but I actually have it in my phone. So on my phone, which I can't show you a picture on my phone because I'm on the phone, shoot my videos on my phone. Speaking of, I teach y'all how to shoot my videos on my phone in my YouTube course for y'all aspiring YouTubers. So click the link in the description. But I share this here process with you. But in my phone, it says 5 a.m. What it says when I get up at 5. I was doing that for a little while, so I made this schedule. Right now, I'm in sleeping in season. See, life change. Life have different seasons. And then it have something in the morning, at noon, at 4:30, at 10:30 a.m., noon, 4:30, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. It'll say put the phone down, and I just write out, remind myself. 2:30, eat a healthy snack. 10:30 a.m., healthy snack. 8 a.m., it say breakfast. 12, say lunch. 7, say dinner. So I wrote it down to where it became second nature. It'll pop up on my phone as a reminder. So in your growth schedule, what you're doing is you finding a time. So you may say in the morning is when you may read. While you're commuting to work is when you may be listening to the YouTube videos. While you at home is when you may be watching the YouTube video because you're not driving, so you can actually watch it. And whenever y'all watching these videos, if you commuting somewhere and you listening, listen to the video again, but get your journal or get your notepad and you pause the video and you take notes. You take notes and you write out the quotes that you hear, write out the lessons that you hear. Because if you don't write it when you listening like this, if you don't write it, you're not going to remember it. You ain't going to remember it verbatim what it says. And I coach a lot of people and they misquote me on the phone. And it's because they were listening, but they didn't pause the video or double tap to go back 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then listen to what I exactly said and then write it down. And so I'm coaching people and they misquoted me. You said this right here on your video. And I'm like, no, that ain't what I said. I'm just listening. No, that ain't what I said. And then when they done talking, I have to correct them. I say, well, you misheard. And a lot of times a person be done made a whole decision in their life off something they misheard me say. Something they thought I said and I ain't even say that. And so that's why I tell you, listen to it 2 or 3 times sometimes before, like if it's no video tomorrow, listen to this video today 2 or 3 times, because studies show it take us hearing something 16 times before we remember it for life, before it's committed to our long-term, lifetime memory. So you have to hear this over and over, and you have your schedule and you putting in the blocks of space where you learning. And then you have non-negotiables. So right now, a non-negotiable for you is no male contact, no new man. And that's what was happening is you were going to a man to heal your pain. But in that process of being with this man, what do? You have sex. And in having sex, you're having sex unprotected to make this man feel like y'all have more of a connection, and then you get pregnant. And so you were going to this man, and this man was your pain pill. This man was your marijuana. Your baby daddy, he owned his marijuana and his video games. And what you have to realize, he's lost, he's confused, and he's broken. And so you have to think about the way the mind works. So when we stimulate our mind, the mind releases chemicals into our bloodstream. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. So when he smokes marijuana, he gets a release into his bloodstream that calms his nerves, that relaxes him. When he plays the video games, he gets a release of dopamine into his bloodstream that takes away his worries, takes away his stress, because his mind is being confused with this feel good, this oxytocin or whatever it may be, being released into his bloodstream. So that is why he's medicating. The same brain receptors that is activated from snorting powder, from doing cocaine, is the same brain receptors that's activated from the orgasm, the big O. So when he comes to you and he says, hey, will you sleep with me? He want the big O. He want the big O because that release is a high. And in that moment, it takes away the pain. It takes away the worry. It takes away the stress. He forgets about the failures of his life. He forgets about his childhood pain, his childhood trauma, and all of his shortcomings from that big O when y'all sleep together. When you say no, you tell him you're sick, and you're doing that because y'all don't really have a real connection. Because you want a man to make love to your mind, but he doesn't love you. So all he wants to do is sleep with your body, be with your body. It's not even making love. It's fulfilling lust, because y'all don't have love. So you want to be in love, and you want love, and you want a man to stimulate your mind and make love to your mind. And then you will give him your body. But because he doesn't want you, and because he doesn't love you, he doesn't stimulate your mind and make love to your mind. Therefore, you don't want to make love to his body. So you tell him you're sick and you're not feeling good, which that may very well be true, because he's not helping you heal and he's not trying to alleviate your pain. Instead, he's adding pain and stress to your life. So when you say no, what does he do? He goes to the other stimulant, which is the video game. And that video game, and he'll play it all night, like you say, because it replaces that release that he would get from sleeping with you. And so what he's doing is he's self-medicating, running from his issues. And he has he feels like a failure in life. So really, you have, in my clinical sense of a grown boy, you literally have a grown boy. Like your child's father that you was letting live with you, he is, if grown boy had a picture beside it in my dictionary, it would be his picture. Because when you reprimanded him, like a parent reprimands a boy, a teenage boy, he took and threw the basket and broke the window, pushed you down. He had a tantrum. No different than a 5-year-old, 6, 7-year-old has a tantrum, but he had a tantrum with grown man strength, with adult male strength. He's not a grown man, he's a grown boy, but with a man-child strength. And that's why he broke some stuff up and you had to call the police. So he literally, in the literal sense of the word, is a boy trapped in the body of a man. That right there is the most dangerous being on earth. A insecure man is the most dangerous being on earth. You seen the young men who attacked the woman in New York, and bitter eye, insecure men, broken, ignorant men. And y'all stop trying to differentiate between men, what's a real man, and men. It's still men. That's a term for the anatomy. So they still men. They just immature, ignorant men. They're not boys. No, that's a man. But there's such thing as good men and bad men. There's such thing as immature men. Because when you say this is not a man, it distances you from the reality of what you're going to face in life. So you got to understand, this is still a man. It's just a grown boy of a man. It's a boy trapped in a man's body. And so you have to realize that these men exist. And these men are the men you got to watch out for, and you got to check, and you got to call it early. But see, you need healing as a woman. You need coaching. You need therapy. You need therapy first. You need therapy. 4 sessions, 8 sessions, 12 sessions. If you're working, if you got insurance on your job, it may cover some of the therapy costs, maybe 80%, maybe all of it. Check into it. You need therapy. If therapy is not affordable, because if you can't find a therapist in your budget, then get coaching. At least get coaching where you can vent, you can talk, and then you can be asked questions, and you'll start to solve a lot of your problems that way. Do what's affordable, what you can do. If you can't afford anything because you have kids and your job may not be paying a lot, then keep doing the videos and then do the free courses and afford what you can afford. But invest in you. And see, you need healing because you were reinforcing the behavior. Every time you got hurt, you went and cheated on a man. So now you know that you should never stoop to a man's level. You should never stoop to that man's level and emulate a grown boy. You should not, because when you went and cheated on him, you could have caught a disease. You could have got pregnant again. So when you cheat on a man, that doesn't hurt him. It hurts you. Because he don't care about himself, nor does he care about you, nor does he care about what you do with your body, because he doesn't love you. So yes, he may get an attitude, he may pitch a fit, but deep down he don't care. That's why he's still trying to live with you. That's why he's still trying to come back, because he don't want you. He want a place to stay. Because if he could stay with you, he could cheat on you while you at work and keep inviting them women to your place, telling them it's his place. And he'll take that gamble, he'll take that chance because he want that release. And he want that release from these women, from the big O. And he wants it while you at work, and he wants it in your bed to get back at you for you telling him no. For you having the audacity to kick him out. He wants to do everything in his power to get you back, to spit in your face, to spite you, and to hurt you. And he may cheat on you and never tell you. That's one thing that a lot of times women don't understand. When you hurt a grown boy's ego, he will do something to hurt you, but for his satisfaction. He'll never bring it to your attention. He'll never tell you that he cheated on you. And he will do the worst to this woman, meaning he is everything. Eating peach cobbler. He may never eat your peach cobbler. He eating peach cobbler. He tossing salad. Excuse the just the reality, the realness of this. But he would do stuff you ain't never seen or heard of. And in his mind, while he doing it, he said, take that. Take that. That's what you get. That's what you get. He in there, and she just got done doing number 2. And he in there. And then he will come, when you come home, he'll kiss you that day. And when you kiss him, you kind of like, oh, you remember this now? You like, I wonder why it smelled like open booty. But I just thought it was his breath. Yeah, that was his breath. That was his breath, all right. After he done been down there. And so he will do that and come and kiss you in your mouth. And you like, he never really kissed me in my mouth. Why he kissed me in my mouth? And then after he kissed you, you smelling your lip. What is that? Oh my goodness. So now you leaving the toothpaste side, you leaving the Listerine side, because you just think it's his breath. No, it's what he been doing while you was at work. And see, a grown boy will do that to get back at you. So listen, this to every woman. When you feel the urge, when you feel the need to go revenge cheat, that means you need to leave and never come back. You need to leave and never look back. Never stoop to the level of someone that's broken, hurting, lost, confused, ignorant, immature, childish. Never stoop to that level, because that makes you the same as him. Now you just like him. Now you know better than him. Now you know different than him, and you're hurting yourself. So hopefully now, you've learned that lesson, and you know that that's not the way to go. So in this process, understand, and you titled your email, Young and Dumb. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you. I said, you said it, not me. Okay, you said it, not me. I can't argue with you on that title. I cannot argue with you on that title. I don't have an interchanging title. Young and dumb. But really you just, and not dumb, but ignorant. And in the literal sense of the word, just the Bible said my people perish because due to a lack of knowledge. So you just hadn't been taught. You hadn't been taught what love is, what a relationship is. And you're a baby. You're 23 years old. You may be 23 now. You were 22 when you wrote this, but you're a baby. And then, your story is like my sister's story. And it just comes from not having a man sit down and articulate the full game to you and lay it out and make it plain. But you just saw a man just living. You saw your daddy living your life. He doing smoking weed or video games, whichever one he does that you said you thought was normal. See, it was immature behaviors, certain things that men do that you just was normalized for you. You thought it was normal. And so it's just a lack of knowledge. And so you were just ignorant to what a real man is and what a real man looks like, what a real relationship is, what real love is, what a real woman is. And so you in this love and war, as like the song say, you in this love and war, and you just, he do something to you, you do something to him. He do something to you, you do something to him. And that's what you thought a relationship is. Now you got to go through the process to learn that love does not hurt. Love don't hurt. A relationship may hurt. But when somebody is loving you, a person loving you can't hurt you. A person being selfish can hurt you. A person who is not loving you can hurt you. They may be saying love out of their mouth, but that don't mean they love you. So what you have to do is you have to just overload on love and relationship knowledge. Listen to every single episode of Talks with Tony. When you click on my page and you go to the main, you click on Tony Gaston, you click view channel, and you see my channel. Across the top, you're going to see videos, community, playlists. Click on playlists. Click on Talks with Tony and then hit the play button and listen to every single video in the Talks with Tony playlist, because you're going to hear several other people's story and you're going to learn from each story. And then you're going to put it together and you're going to realize this is what a real man looks like. This is what a real woman looks like. This is what a real relationship looks like. This is what real love looks like. This is what a healthy marriage looks like. And you're going to learn this. And so now you change your standards. What you need to be focusing on, though, for the next 2 to 3 years, honestly, you need 5 years of no dating. You need to be focusing on making money, being there for your children, being everything you could be for your children. And you notice, you said it, when he doesn't have access to you, he neglects the children. Let him neglect the children. Let him be out of sight, out of mind, because you don't need him in your life. You don't need his drama. You don't need his toxicity. You don't need his ignorance and his immaturity. So let him be gone. When he want to see the kids, let him go to court and do a custody order, ask for custody. He don't like to work. So he said he got laid off. He got fired. He went to Staples and bought that pink slip. If you saw a pink slip, he bought that and wrote some, had a friend write something on there, and he ripped off the original and brought home the carbon copy. If you saw a pink slip, if you ain't see the pink slip, he quit because he knew he could live off of you. And so what this man is he is a mutant, okay? And what I mean by that is he has mutated. His heart has mutated from a grown man heart to a grown boy heart. And now his mind has shifted. And now all he's looking for is to be in a complacent state of living off of a woman, using a woman for what she is dumb enough and willing to do for him, weak enough to do for him. And when you say you're not going to do that, he pitch a temper tantrum. He throws a temper tantrum like a little boy because he's embarrassed to live with his parents, because his parents got them old pictures in the house. So if he call a woman over there, that woman know this your parents' house and this your childhood room. He can't bring himself to sleeping with the woman in his mama and daddy bed, because that'll make him feel like throwing up. Some men will do it now. But that twin size bed he got at his mom and daddy house, that woman know that's his childhood bed. Now some men try to say, yeah, my parents live with me because their health is low, so my parents live with me. Some men try to say that, but the woman look and say, well, they got one too many pictures in here, and this furniture just look a little outdated for this to be your house, because you younger than this furniture. This furniture older than you. So he know he can't pull that over on a woman. But your apartment is neutral enough to where he could come in, he could flip down, take down any pictures you got up. He flip and toss her. Then he, get it back in working order before you come home. And so that's why he threw that tantrum, because he just want to play video games. He just want to play video games, smoke his weed, and sleep with all his women that he juggling, because they desperate, because they lost, because they think he got an apartment and they think he getting laptop money. They think he run a business online and he just making money, and they think he paying that rent. They looking for them somebody to mate with, somewhere to stay at, somebody they can merge with. And so that's how he play on them. They broke, busted, and disgusted, looking like John, who shot John and forgot to kill him. So you have to understand that. So in this season, what you have to realize, get as far away from your baby daddies as possible, because ain't none of them did nothing for you. Ain't none of them helped you in any kind of way. Get as far away from them. And you focus on working your job, but then getting the ideas. And just every night, after you done listen to a video or you done did your studying, every night for the last 30 minutes, just lay there with your eyes closed or looking at the ceiling, or however you relax, not getting drunk and high, but however you relax, you sit there and you ponder and you process ideas, and you let the ideas go. You let them flow. And then when you grab these ideas, you get your book and you write out the idea. You write out the idea, and then you write the pros, that's the good, and you write the cons, that's the bad. So you write what could go right, what the benefits of this thing, and then you write the cons. What's the pitfalls? What's the risk? What do I have to look for? And then you go through it. So you may put online clothing boutique. So the pros, I can uniquely source clothes, thrift shops, vintage shops, wholesale shops, low investment costs. Buy a shirt for $2, sell it for $10. What's the cons? A lot of competition, same styles, same materials, bad quality materials. So you look at the cons, then you weigh the two and you say, okay, is this worth taking a chance? If the good outweigh the bad, then it's worth taking a shot. And whatever you do, you want to be able to do it. Your first batch, you want to be able to get in for under $500. You don't want to do nothing you got to spend $10,000. That's too big. You start, the Bible says, despise not small beginnings. You start small and then you build big. So if you could get on Alibaba, Alibaba, if you could get on Alibaba and you type in custom t-shirts, and then you go to Fiverr, and Fiverr, Fiverr.com, you go to Fiverr and you search t-shirt design. Or you could just download an app to where you could type in the words. I use the app Word Swag, WORDSWAG, Word Swag. You could go in there, you upgrade to the pro version for $5 or whatever it is. You could select the transparent background. You could select the font, you could select the color, and then you type I love me or whatever catchy slogan you could come up with, okay? And then you export that to your camera roll. You go on the Alibaba app, you search custom t-shirts. I'm telling you exactly how I made y'all t-shirts that I'm getting ready to put up on Shopify. And then you go on there and you select custom t-shirts. You choose the company that got 5 stars. They got a high response rate. I mean, they respond to all their inquiries. They done made money on there. They done been on there for 5-6 years. And you write them and say, hey, I'd like to order 100 shirts. And now you send them that file, that design that you made. They're going to take that. They're going to put it on the shirt. Then they'll say, hey, this $6 a shirt. So now you order 100 shirts. It costs you $600. With shipping included, it would be $4 a shirt plus shipping. $6 total, $600. You got 100 shirts. So now you take them 100 shirts and you sell them shirts. You sell them out the trunk. You sell them at work. You sell them for $10. Don't try to knock nobody across the head because you ain't got your brand, you ain't got your following yet. You sell them for $10. You making $4 a shirt. So now them 100 shirts, when you sell them all at work and you put them on Etsy, ETSY, Etsy.com. You sell them on your Instagram. You sell them in the elevator. You have you a tote bag, the little cute tote bag, and you have you one of each size in there every day. And you on the elevator at work. You at the line, whatever. Hey, you know what? You're so beautiful. I have these t-shirts right here, and I think this looks so good on you. And I'm selling them for $10. You know, I'm a single mom, and it's just one of my side businesses. Oh yeah, okay, I would love one. Do you have a large? Yep, I got a large right here. Here you go. Boom, boom, $10. Boom. You sell 100 shirts. Now you done made $1,000. 400 of it is profit. You take and order your next 100. So now you making $400 every 100 shirts you sell. Now once you done built a brand, them shirts they flying off the shelf. You got good quality shirts. Then you bump it on up to $15 a shirt. Then you bump it on up to $20 a shirt. You'll max out $25 a shirt, little t-shirt. But when you dealing with, them folks over there across that water, they're going to say, hey, we do sweatpants, we do we do leggings, we do this, we do hats. And so now you got you a whole line. You see what I'm saying? So what you need to be focused on is healing, all right, and making money. Don't worry about no man. Focus on your business. Okay, get on your business so that you could become a 6-figure or 7-figure woman. Might even be 8-figure one day. But that's what you got to be focused on, enterprising. Don't worry about no man. Because see, right now, your money got to catch up to your kids. Because when you have this many kids and you don't have a lot of money, meaning if you ain't touching 100K and you got 3 kids, when you meet a man, he gonna see you as weak. He gonna see you as too vulnerable. He gonna see you as too needy. So you got to get your money up. You got to get your money up. And it ain't hard to make money. It's a mindset. You first got to believe that you could do it, and then you just got to get out there and do it. Like I had, like my sister, my wife's sister, sister through marriage, through her mama married a man and he had a daughter. My wife's sister, like that through marriage, she was selling painted rocks. Did you hear me? She was painting rocks. She was going and buying rocks and painting a design on the rocks and selling painted rocks. Now she sell, like, she'll get hair bows and then she do a design on it. Like dip it in some oil paint or put some paint on there and blow the paint around and let the paint do like this and move around and swirl and let the paint mix in and then let it dry. And so it looked almost like a tie-dye or like this artistic little thing. And she's selling that, hair bows and stuff like that. And then she got a little piece of paper, a little custom little cutout, and the hair bows go on there, clip in there. And she put a little logo on there and she's selling them like that, right from the house. Before that, she was doing the flask that all the kids take to school to drink out of and putting like the little colors in the flask and custom designing the inside of the flask that's up under the plastic and with the plastic covering, selling those, and then boom, they selling. You see what I mean? But it's just mindset. She doing that working from home. She doing that right from home. Before she was doing that, she was doing customer service from home for American Express, Bank of America. Sometimes I be calling in to the bank and the woman asks me, yes, Bank of America, how can I help you? I'm like, just bring your kid to work day. But then I realized this woman at the house with my bank account open at her house. And I can hear in her voice, Tony Gaskins. She'll do a big swallow. I said, oh Lord. She followed me on Instagram. She followed me on YouTube. She in here all through this account. We've been done with the assignment. Oh yeah, give me one more second. I say, like my grandma say, it's helpful going through all my accounts. She trying to see. So then I got to say, yeah, this one of, I got 12 different, I got 12 different accounts and I bank with 6 different accounts. I had to throw this out there because I could tell she know who I'm is. So I got to throw this out there just to explain that negative balance in that account. So she, soon as she hang up, girl, hey, now you know he country because I heard him. I could tell it was his voice. Girl, when I tell you this man was negative $400 in that account. Yes. Yeah. Negative 400. I'm like, I'm doing better than him. Girl, I'm sitting here looking at my bank account right now. I'm like, whoa, this man got all these $400, negative 400. And so, working from home. And next thing you know, Kevin Hart called. I said, oh, wow, this account. I seen 2 women on Twitter. One woman posted, she followed me, I follow her, she watched these videos. She posted $600K in a savings account. WTF. I'm like, is you talking about your account or is you tweeting about one of your clients' account? And then another woman gonna respond, yeah, I seen $528K in one the other day. I'm like, see, this is why I can't call the bank. Because people tweeting your business. People tweeting, yeah, they ain't put nobody's name, but if somebody just happen to bump into their tweet and they know that's they savings account balance, they're like, well, darn, got my information. So listen, you could be working from home, making extra money in customer service and see what everybody got in their savings, working for Bank of America, right there from the house. You could be painting rocks like my sister-in-law do. You could be, selling t-shirts. You could be a virtual assistant. See, I don't hire virtual assistants because I get sensitive information. like this right here, people's story, and if I got too many assistants, they go search you online, and then they could, blackmail you. They can do whatever. So I have so much sensitive stuff. I keep this stuff here, just my eyes and my wife's eyes, and so I can't go get all these assistants. But it's other people who are entrepreneurs who they ready for a virtual assistant. So every celebrity you see online, make you a little business name, make you a page that you just posting business facts. You could be getting it from other people's pages, and you put via, such and such page. You could just be reposting good business stuff. 3 tips to start your LLC, 3 tips for marketing. All this here colorful page with all these tips on them. And then you DMing people, hey, hi, I'm a virtual assistant. I have a virtual assistant company. We charge $10 an hour, and you can choose. We require a minimum of 5 hours a week. You know how many entrepreneurs will pay you $50 an hour? I mean, $10 an hour, 5 hours a week. That's $50 a week. And they may just have you searching stuff online, researching stuff. They may have you answering emails. They may have you answering phone calls. They may have you making phone calls. And you can create this virtual assistant business. And it's so many entrepreneurs. All these boys out here that's doing this stock trading and all of this right here, and they want to feel like a boss, and they taking pictures with their Lamborghini. Go ask to be their virtual assistant. $10 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour. Whatever it look like they can afford. Now, a lot of people look like they can afford something and be broke at 3 jokes. You hear me? So listen to me. So this where you need to be focused on. And I know this went on a tangent, but what I really want the women to do is get your money up. I really want y'all to get your money up. Because when you come in this situation, broke, busted, and disgusted, a man feel like he could take advantage of you. When you J.O.B. just over broke, you got somewhere to live, but you ain't got enough to splurge, he feel like he could just live off you and take advantage of you. When you get your bag up, now he got to come correct. Now he coming in like, whoa, okay, this sister got it together. I get my life together. I can't be stepping this sister like this. So even when you ain't got it, you need to look like you got it. You need to look like you got it. Make sure your hair done. Make sure your nails done. Make sure your skin done. Make sure your clothes nice. It could be Target, but it's put together nice. You hear me? That Target outfit is banging. You hear me? You look, that Target outfit look good. H&M, whoever, Hot Tropics, what's the name of that other store? Charlotte Rules. A lot of you probably going out of business now, especially with this here pandemic. But listen to me. Put yourself together. And you right here, and anybody that's in this situation, no men. Call on the Lord. Call on the Lord. Not no dildos. Don't be dealing with no dildos. Don't be in there touching on yourself. Don't be doing none of that. All right? Yeah, I know you get the feeling. Just slap the bed. Just slap the bed 3 times. Just slap the bed 3 times. Grab the sheets. Yeah, just squeeze the sheets. All right, then get up. Do 25 squats. All right, because you can always benefit. Do 25 squats. Do 25 lunges. Do 10 push-ups, 5 push-ups, whatever you could do. All right, do your 25 jumping jacks. All right, shadow box in the air. Okay, then sit down, relax. All right, sit down, relax. If you got to have you 1 glass, not no 2 and 3, 4, 5 glasses of wine. If you have you 1 glass, okay, all right, now you done cool down. Do your cool down technique. Count backwards from 10, count backwards from 100. Get on here, watch this old video, watch your video. Do what you got to do. Anything sexual, stay away from it. Stay away from it. I know some of y'all be coming in here talking about, oh, they say masturbation healthy. Child, please. Child, please. All you doing is feeding lust, and that's defiling your spirit. Ain't that what the body need to slough off? That helps a woman cleanse and all that. That's what they done told you because they trying to sell them dildo. All right? They trying to sell them dildos, so they going to tell you anything you want to hear. I ain't trying to hear nothing about that. Because while you sitting there doing that, that's what got you hot in the pants now. That's why when you find your real dang-a-lang, you done hopped on it inside of a month because you done work your body up and got your body so ready that and your body ain't getting stimulated, but it ain't got the real thing. So as soon as you find you the real thing, you hopping all on it. Listen to me. Stay out of that. Stay out of that and focus on your business. Focus on your children. Focus on your healing. And that's going to change your life. Brain, brand, body. And when I say body, I ain't talking about on your bike, giving away your body. I'm talking about building your body, buffeting your body, eating right, sleeping right, living right, and keeping your body to yourself. Hey, this is Tony Gas, and listen to this again. God bless you.